They say an apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? Well, not so fast. Because if you're over 65 and still eating apples, the way you always have, without thinking, you could be doing more harm than good. That's right. Something as innocent as biting into a juicy apple might be silently damaging your digestion, irritating your gums, or even spiking your blood sugar more than you'd expect. Surprised? You're not alone. Most people assume apples are always healthy. But the truth is, there are 8 serious mistakes that many seniors make when eating apples, and some of them might shock you. Today, we're going to uncover each one, step by step. And trust me, once you know what to avoid, you'll never look at apples the same way again. Before we move on, tell me honestly, did you ever imagine that eating apples the wrong way could actually hurt your health? Comment never. If this is news to you, or I had a feeling if you've been wondering. Let's be honest, most of us grew up believing apples were one of the healthiest fruits out there. Crunchy, sweet, easy to carry, and full of fiber, what's not to love? But here's the thing. As we age, our bodies change. Our digestion slows down, our blood sugar becomes more sensitive, and our dental health needs more attention. That means even something as simple as an apple can either support your health or slowly chip away at it if you're not careful. That's exactly why this video matters. If you're between 65 and 80, you need to know the hidden mistakes many people make with apples. Because avoiding these common traps could protect your teeth, support your gut health, stabilize your blood sugar, and even reduce your risk of certain diseases. In this video, I'll walk you through 8 serious mistakes seniors often make when eating apples and how to fix each one. By the end, you'll not only enjoy your apples more, you'll eat them in a way that helps you stay strong, sharp, and energized. Let's get the conversation going early. Have you ever experienced bloating or discomfort after eating apples? Comment yes or no below. I'd love to know how your body responds. Mistake 1: eating apples on an empty stomach. Let's begin with a mistake that's incredibly common: eating apples on an empty stomach. It sounds harmless, right? After all, apples are light and refreshing. But for many seniors, especially those over 65, this habit can backfire. Let me share the story of Marilyn, a 74-year-old woman from Arizona. She loved starting her mornings with a crisp apple. She thought it was a smart way to cleanse her system and start light. But within 30 minutes, she often felt bloated and gassy. She thought it was just getting older. Turns out, the real problem was not her age. It was the timing. Eating an apple on an empty stomach can trigger acidity, bloating, or stomach upset for some people, especially those with sensitive digestive systems or acid reflux. Apples contain natural acids and sugars, and when your stomach is empty, these can irritate the lining or ferment quickly, causing discomfort. Especially if you're also on medications or have conditions like GERD, this small habit can quietly wreak havoc. 3 extra tips to fix it. Pair apples with protein or fat. Try eating apples with a small handful of almonds, a slice of cheese, or a spoonful of peanut butter. This slows down sugar absorption and protects your stomach lining. Wait until mid-morning or afternoon. Let your body wake up and get some food in before introducing fruit acids. Apples make a great snack after breakfast, not before. Steam or bake if you're sensitive. Lightly steaming or baking apples can reduce the acidity and make them easier to digest, especially if you struggle with raw fruits. Have you ever felt a little off after eating an apple first thing in the morning? Tap that like button if you've learned something new already. Mistake 2: ignoring pesticide residue on the skin. Here's another major mistake many seniors make: eating apples without properly washing them. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I've been eating apples my whole life, and I always rinse them under the tap. But here's the problem. A quick rinse isn't enough anymore. Let me introduce you to Don, a 77-year-old grandfather from Michigan. He prided himself on eating clean, fresh fruits and veggies daily. But he started experiencing headaches, brain fog, and skin irritations that doctors couldn't quite explain. After months of tests, the surprising culprit was chronic exposure to pesticide residues, particularly from apples. Why apples? Because they consistently rank in the top of the Environmental Working Group's Dirty Dozen list, the fruits and vegetables with the highest levels of pesticide residue. Even a beautiful-looking apple can be coated with invisible toxins. And for seniors whose livers and kidneys may not detox as efficiently, those pesticides can accumulate over time, silently damaging the body. 3 extra tips to fix it. Use a baking soda soak. Fill a bowl with water. Add a teaspoon of baking soda. Studies show this method removes significantly more pesticide residue than water alone. Buy organic when possible, especially for apples, which are more pesticide-prone. If budget is a concern, you can rotate organic options and prioritize the dirtiest produce for cleaner choices. Peel the skin, but only if necessary. The skin holds a lot of nutrients, so don't peel unless absolutely needed. But if you're unsure about pesticide exposure and can't wash thoroughly, peeling is better than risking it. Have you ever tried a baking soda soak before? Let me know in the comments, just type soaked it. If you're going to give it a try. Mistake 3: eating apples on an empty stomach, especially in the morning. Now here's one that surprises many people: eating apples first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Yes, apples are healthy. Yes, they're packed with fiber and antioxidants. But timing matters, especially for seniors. Let me tell you about Martha, a 73-year-old woman from North Carolina. Every morning, she'd wake up and eat an apple as her clean start to the day. But not long after, she started noticing stomach bloating, gas, and sharp cramps. Doctors couldn't find a major problem until one dietitian pointed out something unexpected. Fruit, especially apples, can cause digestive stress if your gut is empty and sensitive. Apples are high in fructose and sorbitol, natural sugars that ferment quickly in the gut. If your stomach is empty, that fermentation process can lead to gas, bloating, and even acid reflux. For seniors with slowed digestion, lower stomach acid, or irritable bowel tendencies, this becomes even more noticeable. 3 extra tips to fix it. Pair apples with protein or fat. Instead of eating an apple alone, try it with a small handful of almonds, a spoonful of peanut butter, or a slice of cheese. This slows down digestion and helps balance blood sugar. Wait 30-60 minutes after waking up. Give your digestive system time to wake up before loading it with fiber and fructose. Choose cooked apples if sensitive. Stewed or baked apples are gentler on the gut. They're still rich in nutrients, but easier to digest if raw fruit gives you discomfort. If you're still watching, drop a 3 in the comments so I know you're here, learning, and committed to your health. Mistake 4: not washing apples thoroughly, even organic ones. Let's be honest, how many of us give apples just a quick rinse under the faucet and call it a day? It seems harmless. After all, apples look clean and fresh, especially the shiny ones from the store. But here's the shocker: even organic apples can carry pesticide residues, harmful bacteria, and wax coatings. Take the story of George, a retired teacher in Ohio. He prided himself on eating clean and chose organic whenever possible. Yet he started having strange bouts of diarrhea and nausea. After weeks of frustration and testing, it turned out the culprit was on his apples, bacteria, and pesticide residue that wasn't fully washed off. Here's the thing: apples are one of the most pesticide-contaminated fruits on the market. The Environmental Working Group consistently ranks them in the dirty dozen fruits with the highest pesticide load. Even organic apples are often coated in natural waxes to improve shelf life. These waxes trap dirt, bacteria, and even mold spores if not removed properly. While the skin holds fiber, if you're immunocompromised or prone to infections, it's safer to peel your apples until you can consistently clean them thoroughly. Don't forget to subscribe if you want more smart, science-backed health advice like this every single week. Mistake 5: eating apples when you have an empty or sensitive stomach. Here's a surprise for many people: eating apples first thing in the morning on an empty stomach could be making your digestion worse, not better. Wait, aren't apples supposed to be healthy? Absolutely. But timing and your body's condition matter a lot. Let me introduce you to Betty, a 72-year-old from Arizona. She loved her morning routine, a walk around the block followed by a crisp Granny Smith apple. But every morning, she noticed bloating, burping, and a weird gassy feeling afterward. She thought it was just old age. But her nutritionist told her something shocking: the acid in apples was irritating her empty stomach. Apples contain fructose and fiber, which can be tough to digest without other foods to slow things down. This can trigger gas, reflux, or even nausea, especially in people with acid reflux, EBS, or ulcers. Also, apples are high in natural sugar. When eaten alone on an empty stomach, they can spike blood sugar faster than expected, especially in seniors with insulin resistance or diabetes. 3 extra tips to fix it. Pair apples with protein or fat. Instead of eating them solo, try pairing apples with peanut butter, cheese, or a handful of nuts. This combination balances the sugar release and improves digestion. Avoid apples first thing in the morning. If you wake up with an acidic stomach or take medications that cause nausea, eat a small meal first, then enjoy your apple as a snack later. Switch to low-acid fruits if you're sensitive. If apples continue to bother your stomach, try alternatives like bananas, papayas, or pears, which are gentler on the gut. Mistake 6. Not washing apples properly before eating. You've probably heard the phrase, "an apple a day keeps the doctor away." But if you're not washing that apple correctly, it might just send you to the doctor instead. Let's talk about David, a 68-year-old from North Carolina. David was health conscious. He ate fruits daily, including 2 apples every afternoon. But out of habit, he'd take them straight from the fruit bowl and bite, no rinse, no scrub. After months of feeling strangely sluggish and dealing with mild stomach issues, he discovered the culprit, pesticide residue and wax buildup on his apples. Apples are one of the most pesticide-heavy fruits according to the Environmental Working Group, UG. They're often coated with wax to preserve freshness and make them shinier for display. While it looks appealing, this wax can trap dirt, bacteria, and harmful chemicals. What's worse? Rinsing with plain water isn't always enough. 3 extra tips to fix it. Use a baking soda wash. Studies show that soaking apples in a solution of baking soda and water for 12–15 minutes removes more pesticide residue than water alone. Just add 1 teaspoon of baking soda per 2 cups of water. Peel the skin if needed. If you're immune-compromised or especially sensitive, peeling the skin is a safe option, but know that this also removes fiber and nutrients. So weigh the pros and cons. Buy organic when you can. Organic apples tend to have lower pesticide levels. If budget allows, it's a safer bet, especially for seniors more vulnerable to chemical exposure. Mistake 7. Eating apples in the wrong form, juice or dried apples. Apples in their whole form are packed with fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants. But what about apple juice or dried apples? They seem like healthy options, right? Not so fast. Let's talk about Evelyn, a 75-year-old from Michigan. She switched to drinking apple juice every morning because she thought it was an easier way to get her daily fruit intake. Over time, she started noticing her energy dropping, and she was frustrated with stubborn weight gain. After a chat with her doctor, she realized something critical. Apple juice lacks the fiber of whole apples and is often packed with extra sugar. The same goes for dried apples. While they're a convenient snack, they're often loaded with sugar and preservatives. Dried apples have a concentrated sugar content and can spike your blood sugar more than fresh apples would. Plus, you're missing out on that wonderful fiber that helps slow digestion and control blood sugar. Are you a fan of apple juice or dried apples? Let me know in the comments, do you think they're a healthy option or a hidden mistake? Mistake 8. Ignoring the importance of organic apples. We've covered a lot about apples already, but here's one last crucial mistake many people overlook: the importance of choosing organic apples, especially as we age. Let me share George's story. At 72, George had always been skeptical about organic produce. It's too expensive, he thought, and stuck with conventional apples. But over time, he started experiencing digestive issues and noticed his skin wasn't looking as vibrant. He mentioned this to his friend Maria, a nutritionist who suggested he start buying organic apples. You see, conventional apples are often treated with synthetic pesticides, fungicides, and other chemicals that linger on the skin and can enter the body, especially when we consume them frequently. Seniors like George, whose immune systems might be a bit weaker, are more susceptible to these chemicals. Organic apples have fewer pesticide residues, and they're often grown with more care for the environment and human health. 3 extra tips to fix it. Buy organic when possible. If you can, choose organic apples to reduce exposure to harmful chemicals. Yes, they may cost more, but your health is worth it. Plus, they often taste better and are fresher. Use the Environmental Working Group's Dirty Dozen list. The UG ranks apples among the Dirty Dozen, a list of fruits and vegetables with the highest pesticide residues. If organic is too expensive, prioritize buying these items in organic form. Wash and peel conventionally grown apples. If organic apples aren't an option for you, make sure to wash your apples thoroughly. Peeling them will also help reduce pesticide exposure, but remember, you'll lose some fiber and nutrients that way. Have you ever switched to organic apples? How did it make a difference for you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And there you have it. 8 common mistakes you're likely making when eating apples. These little changes can have a big impact on your overall health, especially as you age. Remember, apples are a powerhouse of nutrients, but how you select, prepare, and consume them makes all the difference. From choosing the right varieties to properly washing and peeling them, each step can help you maximize the benefits of this delicious fruit without the hidden risks. Your health isn't just about the big changes, it's about those small, consistent choices that add up over time. So, next time you reach for an apple, you'll know exactly how to enjoy it to its fullest. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more health advice tailored just for you. Share this video with a friend or family member who might need these tips too. It could change their approach to apples and their health. Thanks so much for watching and take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll dive into more practical tips to help you live your healthiest life.